Hey guys, welcome back. It is 4:23. We're going to recap yesterday. Day trades on SPY using 0-day options. Hope you guys are having a good week so far. Would have been Tuesday, so would have been what we saw. Again, I have company in town, so trying to not be too tethered to the computer and just kind of show up, and if I see something, take it. Maybe set alerts and just let it alert me and trade that way, which works out nice. Yesterday it did make me actually a little bit impatient, which I kind of forced to trade. It's like there's no reason to ever do that. It's fine to not trade, but it wasn't too bad. I should have been more patient, really. I forgot because I deleted the lines. Delete them today because it was yesterday, which I do. Anyways, a little choppy in the morning, building some liquidity. Looked good for a shoulder at some point. Remember if it was a gap down or a gap up. Let's see. I think it was a gap up. Yeah, a bit of a gap up. So we had a gap below us. It was dancing around. This is right about where the 5-day was, which is now up here, 5-day moving average on the daily. So as it started rallying up, I did, of course, draw this channel. It was the bullish. This is probably the strongest bullish channel right here. It's not there now if you can kind of visualize it. And then I drew this bearish channel here, which potential for bulls using for liquidity later. Just draw something like that. Then the channel going up, and then basically it got up here, and then I'm duplicating these channels and bringing this one up here. Area. Started building the shoulder up here. Then we've got looking for a head, looking for grabbing this shoulder liquidity down here to come back to low of day. Let me actually even see where I took my trades, because it was a little impatient. You can kind of tell, like, and even when I took the trade, I was like, oh, I almost didn't even mean to, but it was like I clicked it, and it was just, I'm in it. Yeah, let me see really quick. So I trade on E-Trade. I don't know why. I just got like every brokerage you can imagine, and I just ended up on E-Trade for now. There we go. So I bought. So this was kind of a mutual trade, basically. I think. Let me see what my thought process. 102. That's not right. I hate trying to review it the next day because you can't. 102, I think it's 10:02. Because it messes with the time for whatever reason. Yeah, so I had this steeper buying channel. Something similar to this. Had that, and then I was more or less trying to catch ahead on this one, which is a better strategy if you're going with the trend. So what I mean by that is this is trending up already. Until cup closes, inverse cup at least, I'd say it's trending up. So if I'm trying to catch ahead, the best heads to catch, if I'm going for that, if I'm trying to be that aggressive, would be an inverse head. So when you're calling a reversal or trying to get a mutual trade, trying to catch ahead is a little more sketchy. So at any rate, it broke this most aggressive buying channel here. I'm thinking, okay, it's building a bull flag, and here's our first little cup. I'm looking for a handle, basically, and since it did break this steeper buying channel, I just jumped into puts here. Didn't wait for a less aggressive channel to break, which there's kind of one right here even. So if this was broken, then it's grabbing the shoulder, and then that's more confirmation of it coming down, which could have, but I was trying to catch kind of a high. Anyways, 10:02, bought 3, started chopping around, and then I started to notice, okay, we're getting some liquidity up here being built, which is not where I want to be. Problem with this is I only have one trade a day, so it's tough. It really helps train you to get out if you need to, and wait until you're in a trade that you're comfortable with, but still be ready to take losses if you need to. So 105 on this candle, I dumped it. Basically just broke the high after it chopped around. I'm like, you know what, it might come down, but I'm out. So got out of it there, small loss. And then I had a little bit more buying power, and this seems like this second trade almost is never green. So I'm trying to do one trade a day, and I have a little bit left. Thankfully it's not a lot, because you can just start revenge trading. However, I think I'm going to leave that remainder if I have a little bit of change left for kind of end of day and just step away. And if I end up seeing power hour and there's a trade, I'll use it then. If I stick around after that, my basically only trade, and I have a little bit, I'm just have to be careful. Set rules for yourself. You got to know yourself and know what rules you need for yourself. We all need different ones, and as you get better, you'll need less. You can break them, but until then, just gotta stick to it. So I got, let's see, I got calls at 118. This was also a red trade, yeah, but very small again, because this was just the problem with this second one too, especially earlier on, is since I have such little buying power, if you get them pretty far out of the money, like less than 20 delta, which I really don't want to do. It's not, it's just really susceptible to decay with such a low delta. So wasn't 1.8, that'd have been 10, 18, 18. Then I got calls. Yeah. So this one, this was the right trade actually. I mean, I had it nailed on that one. So if I duplicate that and bring it up here, that's basically why I got in them. This was your shoulder. No, this was your head. But again, it was very thin structure where it didn't build much of a shoulder. It didn't retrace quite a bit and make a bigger head. So it's more or less a scalp in this area. So I got it 1018, and it actually saw these. I think saw like 20, around 20% here. I didn't take it because it's only one. I was looking for 5 day, so I was like, I'm just gonna hold this one for a long time. Did end up grinding up there, but just in a very slow, choppy pattern. So, yeah, since it was such a small amount, and even 20% on is what I'm kind of happy with. It was hard for me to just take that profit because I was like, well, this is my last trade. I'll just let it ride and for a bit. I didn't end up letting it ride. I stopped out of it actually. But where did I stop out? I stopped out on this candle. So it was unfortunate. It was right on this like basic little stop out candle. Closed out on this one, but it was fine because it was clearly still just chopping, grinding, and building liquidity. This whole range on a larger time frame, you can see it. These being that far out of the money too, like I'm sure it would have been green up here, but yeah, there's just not a good setup. So if I had patience and I just waited through the grind and the chop, could have seen this setup up here come up, which would have been a nice clear entry. But given I maybe wouldn't have been able to do that with my schedule that day. You got a nice shoulder here. This channel that's pulled by the bulls, and then you've got a nice little move. Although this is probably on a tweet or some kind of news, signified by all that volume. But not to say you can't still catch it, which would have been either catch it on this break or, yeah, I mean really that's ideal. Let's catch it right there. Got to hold through some of this. Seeing this in hindsight, would I have taken it? Maybe. If I didn't catch it before that volume, I probably wouldn't have taken it on that candle. Just because I try not to chase, and so, which isn't good at times because there's definitely trades that you can do well with that are chases. You just have to know they're chases. So if I didn't grab it already by there, I probably wouldn't have. So maybe would have missed that, which would have been fine because there was, of course, more trades throughout the day. We've got this big head and shoulders up here with this mini head and shoulders over here. This one though was also kind of tricky because this was on a tweet or news. But if you see all this whole area of liquidity and you have your head, and then it's grabbing it here, and that makes a little mini one. But this mini one was sketch with this. Yeah, this was all news. So okay, I missed that one too. No big deal. Another one that comes up, maybe not. You know, maybe it's not one you're comfortable with. So yeah, this is a pretty choppy day yesterday. Anyways, yeah, so smaller day for yesterday, which really because of lack of patience. This would have been a nice trade. Could have taken this one if you, yeah, basically didn't have a stop set in place. A lot of my stops are mental, and I'll just trigger it manually. Could have maybe said one down here, but yeah, there really wasn't. To me, I'm not to the point where I see a ton of good trades that I would have, looking at it in hindsight, if I'm realistic with myself, I would have taken. So would have maybe ended up being a red day anyways. I'm not sure. Yeah, pretty grindy. Big range. IV's high. So yeah, that's what I got. Thanks for watching, guys. Sub up, like up, comment down. Happy money sticks around. We'll see you in the next one. Peace out.